All right, just checking, making sure the stream's working. And waiting to see if anyone drops in today. This is an idea that was based on some DC superhero girls art that a friend made. And part of sort of a series we've been doing on the channel with Supergirl getting affected in different ways by red kryptonite. Who do we have here? Brandon Dillard VHS. Hello. And Davi, or Davy, says hi. I'm gonna guess Davi. All right. And this is actually a project that I have lines recorded for. So I'll play through them right now so y'all can get a basic idea of what happens in this project. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Wow, you just charged in and blew up Metallo. I had to. The fiend's kryptonite heart would have done terrible harm to you, so I ripped it out. Right, the kryptonite. Where is it exactly? Oh, I'm still holding it, but it's not green like last time, more of a scarlet or vermilion. I've never heard of vermilion kryptonite. Hmm, maybe it's more of a ruby color. Have you put on weight, Diana? Crimson kryptonite, maybe? Please, get off! I guess we can just call it red kryptonite. Wait a minute. Doesn't this randomly affect Kryptonians? Oh?
And yeah, Max Star does a pretty good Wonder Woman voice, I think, and Supergirl. Sao Paulo, Brazil says hi. Hello. My Kuro-san was saying that it was their birthday. Oppenheimer Media. Yep, it's Supergirl and Wonder Woman. Superior Cyber Godzilla is excited that Wonder Woman's in the project. Nice. And Joshua Maya's Multiverse. Can you just please do something new? Like what, Joshua? What do you want? Oh, Mariku-san, you didn't have to, but thank you. And I'm happy it's your birthday. I hope you got a lot of nice gifts. Rory Ocelot's here saying hi, hello. All right, so Joshua is asking me to do something new, but also doesn't know what. So it's like, Joshua, come on. Oh, what did I do for my birthday? I usually get a nice steak or something like that, grill it up. All right, so for the two scenes that I already have some assets for, I can do a few things. I can turn this background into an asset, a graphic. Sky 1. And just have clouds sort of moving along. Yeah, Rory, just making some new shorts. I might see if y'all have some ideas for some, but I do have a ton of projects that need to that I have voice work for and assets that I need to like actually do stuff with. All right, and since she's getting smaller, maybe can have the clouds going down a little bit so that she's kind of going downward. No, wait, that looks like she's going upward. Down is up and up is down. All right, so do that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, there we go. Yen's here. No, Yen, it's not Pomni. Angelica Reynosa says 19. No, $1 trillion. It is a great cartoon. I would consider The Simpsons a great cartoon. Or are we playing Jeopardy, Salazar? Be careful. I I'm testing YouTube again. Not sure if this will fly with them. Would you think it's great even if you got the... I must have missed a comment or something. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Yeah, right now just working on a few little things. Great thing about doing like a shrinking animation or a growing animation is it's pretty easy to scale them up or down. Loud Casa Fanrico says, tomorrow is my birthday. Everyone's having birthdays. Make another Danny, says Angelica Reynosa. Are you talking about Danny Phantom? Uh, what is your favorite food? I think my favorite meal, outside of like having a steak and shrimp, would probably be like a chili dog, some French fries, and a milkshake. It's the classic all-American kind of fast food meal. Animation Rookie, is this the 12-hour long tutorial? No. When I do the 12-hour long one, first of all, that's going to be for the Wacky Races reanimation thing I wanted to get started. And second, I'll do a poll for that. I'm gonna pick maybe 4 scenes from the Wacky Races animatic that I liked, and then I'll let y'all pick one for me to do. And then yeah, I'll see if I can finish that scene in 12 hours or less, preferably less. But that's still a ways away because I already have all the scenes ready. I'm getting the Discord server ready for this. Uh, but something I need to do actually is make some concept art. because well, if you've seen the animatic for Attack of the 50-Foot Pandora, uh, like they usually do, they're like in the 50s and they have different costumes. So I have to basically take the like the normal character assets and I have to make costumes for them. So if anyone is joining with the reanimation collaboration, they'll know like what colors to use, what the overall design of the characters is. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I get to that, but um, you'll all get a notification like way ahead of time. Rory, I love the Peanuts short because flying ace say Fifi. Aw, I'm glad you liked it. Salazar, I'm not sure what that is. Is that a frog? BNSF says, I wonder if you can make a marathon. Ah, are you talking about like a real marathon? Like running? Because I don't think I need training for that. I'm not good at running. I'm one of those people. Oh, no problem, Lisa. That's a pretty good idea. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna take time before I get there. I'm very close to getting things started. It's just gonna take some time getting that concept art because that's the one thing that's gonna make it a little bit harder. It's the fact that this is an animatic that's being animated instead of like a finished episode. So we don't have the benefit of knowing what the characters look like exactly. We just have like vague little doodles and sketches. And I was rewatching it the other day. There's a mayor character in that episode, and like half of it, he's wearing uh, an Abraham Lincoln hat, and then in the other half of the animatic, he's just Ranger Smith, like with his little Ranger Smith hat. So need to make some concept art. Charles Buchanan, hi guys, I'm back. I'm sorry took you waiting. It's fine, Charles. Jacob, this is my first time on here. Hi, Jacob. This will either be very fun for you or very scary and weird. How are you doing today? I was late. You weren't late. There's no obligation to be here. But I am doing fine. Just been kind of a chill day for me, really. Uh, oh, excuse me. I had a spicy frozen burrito earlier, and it's like coming back at me. Um, yeah, today I was actually working on audio for the next Grande House animation I'm working on. Um, I was finishing some stuff up for Patreon patrons. I actually made uh, Alice in Wonderland styled Pomni, so maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. Give it some animation. I also wanted to tomorrow draw up Rory Ocelot's OCs, at least one of them, since I mentioned I would do that last time. Um, and today I actually got into a roguelite game, Rotwood, which is pretty fun. Lots of great animations. All right. All right. So this is about 3 seconds. I actually put a little bit too many frames here. Let me get rid of those. Let me add the audio here. Let me set this to stream. And as I mentioned before, with stream, as you're moving your cursor, you could hear the audio. So that really helps when you're doing lip sync. And making sure each of these graphics has at least 3 seconds worth of frames. And we have Plush Adventures. I know that Gur is male, but I think that Gur sounds female. Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's a tiny robot. He's gonna sound a little high pitched. Jacob Morhar. My birthday was 2 days ago. Happy belated birthday, Jacob. Can you do a Foster's where Frankie steps on Bendy? Uh, I do still want to do that Foster's idea I had with a bunch of imaginary Frankies. I don't know if she'd step on anybody, but it's an idea in the works. Darken Mom is here. And he's just mentioning Dave from Plants vs. Zombies. Are you saying I'm Dave? I do have that ASMR voice, I've been told. Ember McLean. Oh, Ember from Danny Phantom. Oh, I'd have to think of something, but I like nothing's coming to mind. I'd need to have a song or something. Can't do Ember without having some kind of good music. The musical characters are always like hard to consider for channel projects just because they need some original music. Bendy deserves to get stomped. Yeah, Bendy isn't great, but to be fair, Blue's a little bit worse than him. If I was gonna have Frankie stomp anyone, it would probably be Blue. Got to pick a job. Which job would you pick? I'm pretty happy with this job so far. Rory blowing bubblegum and Morgan is inside the bubble. That's a possibility. Damn, how many frames does it take to animate one scene? Well, Animation Rookie, it's basically You in properties you set your FPS or frames per second, and I usually have it set to 24. So 1 second is going to be 24 frames. And then you just multiply that by however many seconds are in the project, and you get an idea. But that's why we have Adobe Animate, and I'm basically doing this in sort of an animate flash style with my rigs. Oh no, Supergirl's head came off. With rigs and whatnot, my assets, which makes it a little bit easier. Especially for what I'm doing right now. I just use scaling, and I have 72 frames of Supergirl shrinking. It's easy. All right, so you have Supergirl shrinking, Wonder Woman getting bigger. One thing we can do to show sort of like some weight is have Supergirl's head sort of leaning to one side. I used a mask right here, and these two lines to give like a sort of effect of what part of Supergirl's head is being covered. And I can actually make that morph a little bit as she's getting smaller, so that it covers up more of her head. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's looking good. Am I missing anything here? Hope the sound won't stay like that. Yeah, don't worry. Actually, ooh, you bring up a good point. So, one thing, if the sound is getting too grating when you're streaming your sound effects, you could go to Properties, Effect, Custom, and then you could just lower the volume for the bite, and that makes it a little bit easier on the ears at least. Crazed Core says greetings all, and Sharky and Bones Multi Language 11 says hello. Hi. Oh cool, shrinking Supergirl. Yep. I apologize if I asked this before, but where do you get the sound effects and voices from? Alright, so the sound effects, I normally get them from, oh, I could lower those arms too. Sound effects, I normally look for free sounds on YouTube. And I also used to look for free sound effect sites. I look for stuff that's copyright free. And then when I have the sound effect that I want on YouTube, I'll use something that basically lets me turn a YouTube link into an MP3. There's a few sites that do that, but also a friend of mine has shown me some software that lets you do that. But I've mostly just been using like YouTube to MP3 sites. Um, and then yeah, that's how I get most of my sounds. As for the voices, I have to commission someone like Maxstar or Vanilla Bean to do the voices. So if you know someone that's a voice actor, you could hire them to get your voices. Or if not, just record the voices yourself or maybe find a friend who will do them for free. It's not cheap doing what I do. Firewolf the Wolfkin is here. This is totally better than the Super Friends episode where Luther shrinks Robin and the Wonder Twins. I hope so. Let me see. Nathan Rodriguez. Any plans for Carmelita Fox? And Hayden Archer says ASA. P? Bum 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 bum. Oh, and Kimberly Valerio says hi. Sorry, I messed up your last name, Kimberly. Carmelita Fox. She does have a canon scene in the video games where she's basically a boss fight. So that's not outside the realm of possibility. All right. I've finished most of the movement stuff I wanted to do, so I think I could actually work a little bit on lip sync, which I don't know if I've done that on the channel before.
Please, get off!
All right. So I made this graphic here for Supergirl's mouth, and I actually got a few examples of mouths from the show. That I thought would look good for this particular scene, since she's sort of straining to hold Wonder Woman.
Please, get off!
Zazu, I beg your pardon, madam, but get off. Classic. I love hearing John Oliver talk about how he was Zazu in the live action remake of The Lion King. He did a decent job. I mean, I know that the live action Lion King doesn't even hold a candle to the original animation, But you have to give them credit. In the live action movie, they said fart, and they were too scared to do that in the animated show, in the animated movie, I should say. So yeah, the times have changed. Disney used to think too high of themselves to say the word fart in a movie. It just shows how far we've come as a society, I think. Oh, that reminds me. Another thing I might possibly work on tomorrow is something for the Kick Butowski animation. Still haven't finished that one, but I'm still working on scenes. And one thing gonna be a giant fart. I'm studying some scenes from the Kick Butowski series to see if I could get any good inspirations for how to make the fart scene go. Yeah, I hate the live action Peter Pan and Wendy movie even more. Haven't seen it yet. Might give it a look. I hear people with like, I hate this Disney live action movie, I hate this one, blah 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 blah. But like from all of the live action movies that I've seen, the Disney live action remakes, they all feel more or less the same. I think the only one that sort of threw me off was the Beauty and the Beast one, because Belle's voice for some of the, I think for most of the songs, like they did auto tuning, which is really noticeable. It just sort of takes you out of the movie. It's like if the actress can't sing, that's fine. Just either cast your roles for musicals with actors that know how to sing, or get someone else to sing and then she could just lip sync. That's way better than ADR. Or not ADR. Is it ADR? Auto tune. It's way better than auto tune. ADR is fine. All right. Now there's like a curl in her lips right here. Maybe I can do that. But yeah, I'll give the live action Peter Pan and Wendy movie a shot. I'm not expecting like a whole lot. What are your thoughts on Man of Steel? Asks Miguel Quinones. I don't even remember if I saw that one. Is that the one with the Zod and they destroy Metropolis at the end, the final climactic scene? Jerry, did you see my questions? Did I miss your questions? I don't think you asked any questions, Jared. That one's gonna take some time, Rory. It's possibly gonna be a lot of different Frankies. Also need to think of like an event that would cause a lot of people to imagine Frankie in different ways. Maybe like a YouTube video or whatever the YouTube is in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends of Frankie doing something heroic or just being really nice Frankie. Maybe saving little peas. Is there a fart scene in this? I hadn't planned on one. Or Supergirl. That might be too much. I think just her getting crushed will be enough. Yeah, next month for Patreon, I'm gonna ask patrons like their ideas for Frankies, different Frankies they want to see. I think this will put different layers here. The silly rabbit says hello. Are you after my tricks? I can post a comparison of Little Peas in Frankie's ear and Macy in Jackie's ear. That would be incredibly adorable. I wouldn't be surprised if Frankie still let Little Peas do that. Just have like a little room in her ear. Or at least a hammock. All right, just going to open the mouth a little bit. Let's see. And sometimes I do like individual frames for mouths, and sometimes I'll do some shape tweening if I want to get like a really fluid look with the mouth movement. And sometimes I'll use masks also if there's a lot of stuff going on inside the mouth, like tonsils moving about, the tongue, all that stuff. Got to make sure that the two parts of the lip are connecting here. Oh, excuse me. It probably doesn't help that burrito I added some hot pepper to it. I love the spicy food. Oh, I like how this is looking. And yeah, you can see lip sync isn't exactly the funnest part of the job. For when I'm doing lip sync, usually I'll focus on two different kinds of mouths, usually like an open mouth like this, and like a more circular O-shaped mouth for like ooze, for when for when the lips make that shape. Keep it pretty simple. Christian Atkins is here. Hello. Lawrence Midlarski. Can I suggest an idea for the end? I would like to see after Supergirl gets out from under Wonder Woman, Bumblebee to step on Supergirl. Poor Supergirl. Um, I think someone suggested having like Bumblebee fly up and maybe peel Supergirl off of Wonder Woman. Um, but yeah, I can add Bumblebee there, make her shrink down and still be bigger than Supergirl. That could be fun. Since she's making sort of a sound with her mouth, uh, maybe I can show a little bit more teeth here. Let me see how that looks. Bigger mouth. I really like those episodes where Supergirl was palling around with Aqualad. Those were always like super fun. They had like a big sister, little brother kind of thing going. She was like his super mentor. There was a really weird one where Aquaman was visiting and Supergirl dressed up as an actual DC villain, but they made it like a hot version of that villain. I think it was like Doctor Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles. It's another word for the devil. She was basically like the devil, which actually made me want to do like an angel version of her and that devil version of her to be shoulder angels. But I need an innocent DC superhero girl and just to have Wonder Supergirl as like her little shoulder angels. I think that would be cute. Lawrence is asking how long will it take to make the full video? Lawrence, it takes a long time. Um, I know some people were constantly asking how long is this gonna take? How long is this gonna take? When I was working on the SpongeBob stuff and so on. If I have like all the time I need, maybe a month. If I'm not bogged down with other projects, it could take 2 or 3 months. I've actually had this audio sitting around on my desktop for like almost a year, I'd have to say. So these things take time. Random question. What is your favorite Godzilla movie? I think I've seen the original the most, and that's usually my metric for what's my favorite movie. I'm gonna have to say the original. I also like the more recent Godzilla movies where he fought King Ghidorah. That one was pretty cool. Kind of boring here and there, but that's like for me what a Godzilla movie should be. It's like action and like a lot of boring talky scenes. Um, it takes 2 or 3 months just to make one video. It takes 2 or 3 months if I'm juggling a bunch of projects. If I have all the time I want, I'm gonna say maybe 1 month or less. All right, and one of the good things when you already have mouth motion, oh, when you have a mouth motion already animated, you could just copy and paste it and then adjust the frames.
Get off! Please, get off!
Let's see how this scene looks.
Please, get off!
All right. Getting pretty close to finishing this scene. I think the only thing I can add maybe is like having her her right eye close a bit. And then, yeah, that'll be the first 3 seconds ready. Daniel William de Cruz Roja says, Gigante. C. Animation Rookie. I won't be juggling so many different projects in. Good idea. I'm not good at that. That's my rookie mistake that I make is I love to do I love to come up with ideas for projects, but then I get too many and then it gets a little stressful. I'm gonna guess it's been almost an hour. I was a little late starting. I had to deal with a bug situation earlier. There was a bug and I had to relocate it. It was a stink bug. Got my little cup, index card, and yeah, just moved it to the backyard. Because I did not want to squish it and make a mess. A stinky mess. How many other projects do you have? Uh, Quite a few. Doing the Grande House episode. Finishing up the Cuphead thing with oh, excuse me, sorry. The Cuphead thing with Calamaria. Um, I'm finishing up a Hat Kid project or Hat in Time. And yeah, just working on stuff for Patreon and whatnot. The Cushion Chef Monkey Show. If it's cockroach related, maybe use some dish soap to spray it. When it's a cockroach, I just get out the Raid and blast it until it's dead. I hate roaches. Oh, I hate roaches so much. I think that's the one thing I have in common with Supergirl in this series is how much I hate roaches. Yeah, one video at a time is usually the best way to do things. I might at some point maybe focus on one series or just the original characters to lighten my workload a little bit. I wonder how it would look if she's sort of looking to the left. Maybe her eye or her pupil should just be there. See, how does that look? Need to cover up this pupil here. Boop. How does that look? Thanks, Crazed Core. Oh, Lowry 78th Tire is here with some fun and festive emotes. Thank you.
Please, get off!
Ah, Maybe I can add some trembling. Feels like there's something else I could add here. Hmm. Let me see how that looks. I'm going to just add like just making her body move like different directions. I'm gonna see how that looks. That might be too extreme. Whoops. All right. I need to get closer to the asset. Oh, notice some mistakes here. Let me fix that. And then the closer you are when you're zoomed in on the asset, like any movement you make with it, like I'm just pressing right on the arrow key, makes the movements slider. Is it too slight though? Oh my goodness, that was too slight. Is this noticeable? Right, maybe one more hit. Let's try. Let me see how that looks. Why is Supergirl asking Wonder Woman to get off? I think at this point, Supergirl will have already landed somewhere, and Wonder Woman still doesn't notice. Phantom Beloquendo says hi. Hello. Right, let me see how this looks.
I guess.
All right, I think that'll work.
Please, get off!
Oh my god, I should add some sweat to this, I think. Oh, another animation error here. Catching a lot of these when I thought I was going to be wrapping up. Let me fix that. And let's add a few beads of sweat. Maybe make it a little transparent. Another animation error. My goodness. Might have rushed these. Alright, and then just a simple shape tween. Let's see how this looks. Thank you, Crazed Core. Family of 3, Uncle Grandpa. Good morning. Thank you, Family of 3. Trying hard is important. Hmm. I need a more extreme. Let me try a different thing. Let me try. Try making the sweat droplets get bigger and less transparent. Let me see how that looks. I'm gonna change the opacity to 100. Yeah, I think that might do it. All right. And with that, I think I'm going to call it. Just take a look, see if anyone left any comments, have any questions. Otherwise, I'll just say I have some possible things I could work on tomorrow. I did want to make some assets for Rory Ocelot's OCs. Possibly use them for a credit sequence sometime. Because I like the design of those characters. The Alice in Wonderland styled Pomni that I made recently. Might want to animate that a little bit. And a few other things. Maybe animate a Kick Batowski styled fart. Lord Dominator. What would she do? Dominate, I guess. All right, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you for your comments. I'll see you tomorrow, possibly. Have a nice day. Peace.